Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am just another tinfoil hat. Welcome to my show. Today, in keeping with our vaguely December, now possibly for some of you early January theme of Mothman, it only seemed appropriate to do a review of the infamous 2002 film, The Mothman Prophecies, which I will say divides Keel fans like nothing else. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to say that I love this movie, and that for me, the biggest thing is that it absolutely nails the beyond paranoid vibe of Keel's experiences during that time frame. Now, Keel's character is kind of effectively split between two. The main character, John Klein, a reporter grieving the loss of his wife, who then becomes caught up in the events of Point Pleasant, and grim expert on the strange, Alexander Leek, who urges Klein to turn away, and also has some of the absolute best lines in the film. My personal favorite is, "You're more advanced than a cockroach. Have you ever tried explaining yourself to one of them?" So, if those names seem vaguely familiar, it's because the whole movie contains Easter egg like references to the source material, with many characters referencing those who were involved in the actual events of the factual Mothman prophecies. Now, the Mothman itself, while not attuning to actual sightings and causing a lot of pop culture mayhem in its association to a different figure from actual reports, Indrid Cold, is a terrifying symbol of the unknown, and in its fleeting and trippy, kind of almost psychedelic appearances, it really attunes to the Rorschach like image used in the film's marketing, which I absolutely love. The plot of the film is riddled with a nightmarish sense of paranoia, and the sense that nothing is as it seems, but that everything is headed towards some unseen and terrifying conclusion, which, I mean, not much of a spoiler, but spoiler alert anyway, it is. This is one of few films to absolutely nail the sense of untrustworthy precognition, which defines much of Keel's musings on mediums and contactees. Now, if you look at this just as a horror movie, again, one of the things I love about this movie is kind of attuning it back to the legitimate John Keel's The Mothman Prophecies and being like, oh, well, that's a call out to that, and this is a reference to that, and this is where it deviates, and, all that kind of dorky stuff. I absolutely love that. But looking at this just as an outsider with no foreknowledge of the material, if you look at it just as a horror movie, one of the best aspects is just this heavy, dark, and ominous atmosphere. Everything feels very close and brooding, like it, whatever it is drawing closer in around the characters, or maybe, in something even more terrifying, they are actually involving themselves in something that they couldn't possibly understand. In addition to that, too, the soundtrack is absolutely perfect with this haunting, almost dreamlike quality. Now, I have an admission. I've mentioned this on podcast appearances in the past, but here's the moment where I admit it here and now recorded on my channel. I saw the movie before I read the book. Super weird turn of events, but when I sat down to watch the film, I really only knew the Mothman in the popular sense as a cryptid. I'd read about it a ton in compilation books from a very young age. So when I saw the movie in my mid teens, I was like, well, they exaggerated this one. There's no way something this bonkers actually happened. To my surprise, of course, when you actually read Keel's book, which I did shortly thereafter, you'll find that they actually did the exact opposite, and that the movie is quite a bit more tame by way of high strangeness than the actual events. So yeah, there's my taped confession here and now that I saw the movie before reading the book, but I did read The Complete Guide to Mysterious Beings when I was like 8 or 9, so I feel like it kind of evens out. Well, if you enjoyed this review of the film The Mothman Prophecies, please like, and if you're new to this field of crop circles, go ahead and subscribe to see what weirdness the future may have in store. Till then, you can keep up with whatever else I might possibly have going on my website, justanothertinfoilhat.com, and for exclusive content, be sure to check out my Patreon page, which is also listed under Just Another Tinfoil Hat. For today, I am Zelia Edgar, signing off.
Doing.